You can hear everything. The organ music, first, low and slow. The kind of melody that only ever plays in one kind of room. Then, voices, hushed and careful. The way people speak when they're trying to hold themselves together in public. You try to open your eyes. Nothing happens. You try to move your hand. Just one finger. Just enough to tap against whatever surface is beneath you. Nothing. You are not dead. You know this because dead people don't hear organ music. Dead people don't feel the silk lining pressed against the back of their neck. Dead people don't lie in the dark, trying to scream with a throat that has forgotten how. But everyone in this room thinks you are. And there is nothing, absolutely nothing, you can do about that. This is not a nightmare. The medical term is locked-in syndrome, a condition where the brain is fully conscious and aware, but the body is completely unresponsive. It happens after severe strokes, traumatic brain injuries, or neurological events so sudden the body shuts down before anyone realizes the mind is still running. In documented cases, patients have remained conscious for days, through surgeries, through the ICU, through family conversations held at bedsides by people who believed no one was listening. Some of them were eventually found, blinking patterns, subtle eye movements, a finger that twitched at exactly the right moment. Some of them were not found in time. You are not thinking about any of this right now. Right now, you are thinking about your mother's voice. You can hear her in the front row. She isn't crying loudly. She's doing that quiet thing she does, where she barely makes a sound, but her whole body shakes. You know that shake. You've seen it once before, at your grandfather's funeral, when you were 9 years old and you held her hand and didn't fully understand what you were holding her through. She is doing it now, for you. Your funeral service begins. Your brother speaks first. You didn't know he was going to speak. He's not someone who speaks in public. He never has been. You can hear him clear his throat twice before he starts. He talks about when you were kids, a specific afternoon, a bike, a hill, a broken arm that was actually his fault, but that you took the blame for because you were older and thought you could absorb it better. You had forgotten that afternoon entirely. He hadn't. He says you were the kind of person who absorbed things for other people without ever asking to be thanked. He says the world is genuinely smaller without you in it. His voice breaks on the last sentence, and he stops. Just stops. And the room is so quiet, you can hear someone near the back trying very hard not to make a sound. You want to tell him you remember the bike now. You want to tell him you're here. You want to give him literally anything other than silence. You have nothing to give. A friend speaks after that. Someone from years ago, someone you'd lost touch with, the way people lose touch, not through any single decision, but through the slow accumulation of unreturned messages and rescheduled plans, until one day the friendship exists only in the past tense. She says she thought about reaching out 100 times. She says she kept thinking there was more time. There is always more time, until there isn't. You think about every person you've meant to call, every conversation you postponed, every relationship you let drift, because you assume the current would bring it back eventually. The current does not always bring things back. You feel the room shift, movements, the service is ending. You hear the soft, mechanical sound of something rolling, the murmur of people standing, the rustle of clothing. The lid is coming. You understand this the way you understand things in a dream, not through logic, but through certainty. The darkness you're already in is about to become a different kind of darkness, smaller, permanent. You focus everything you have on one finger, the index finger of your left hand. You pour every remaining signal your brain can generate down through your arm, through your wrist, through your palm, into that one point. It moves. Not much. A millimeter, maybe less. But it moves. You don't remember what happens after that. The next thing you're aware of is light, too much of it, and voices with a different quality, urgent and sharp, and your mother's face appearing above you, looking like something that has no name in any language. You survive. The doctors call it a remarkable recovery. The newspapers briefly call it a miracle. You don't call it anything for a long time. You just sit with what you know. You know what your brother never forgot. You know what your old friend regretted. You know what your life looked like from the outside, described by the people who loved you in a room where they believed you couldn't hear. Most people never find out what their life was worth while they still have time to do something about it. You did. The question is, what do you do with that now?